Things are really starting to get wild out here. I don't know why we're seeing upticks in certain things out here, but the market be what the market do. I'll make 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you don't miss out on more Oz content. Oh boy. Ice Jade grinds here. I don't know if you blinked, but all of a sudden, these have crossed the threshold up to about 650 at this point in time, and they've been going. You had a lot of sales on 630, which is pretty impressive, honestly, for a card that, well, obviously, it has the Ice Jade synergy, but the thing that you care about here is this has the reverse water synergy that, you know, obviously you get to go ahead and extend this on out. And then once you establish this, free token, free level 10 synchro. The fact that this has been going up, obviously, we'll probably see some sort of reprint with this, hopefully, sometime in the future, but this is from the former $10 that this card was, seeing it rebound up very much so is interesting. Now this is a ride. Hey, Flunderies in the Advent of Adventure, the literal only card that did not get the reprint has been spiking up. You've got recent sales here. I'm going to blame a lot of the success that we've seen out of the WCQ season for this, honestly, because I think a lot of people looked at Flonderies having a decent standing, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, like, the problem is NPen, still to this day. Now, I'm not saying that NPen needs to be banned, but let's be honest here. If these are $15 to $16 at this point in time, and you're like, well, you know, they don't have barrier stats. You're like, the deck should be bad right now. Like, you're scratching your head furiously. You're like, this doesn't make sense. You're trying to figure. It's NPen. I'm telling you, it's NPen. All right? People don't know how to play around the little penguin. All right, Small Worlds. Still holding a nice $7.50 here and a nice $6. I feel like these have actually, they're still pretty much floating what they are. But once again, this is one of those really weird cards in the game where it's a -1 searcher, which I think a few people are obviously not going to like. But at the end of the day, it still is a universal searcher, and it has seen a lot of competitive play. So price-wise, we're pretty cruise control-y here for now, but I don't know if we'll see another place that will reprint this anytime soon. This is one of those cards you definitely want to make sure you have. Pot of Duality, you know, especially with all the high-end stuff going on right now. People are losing their minds, you know. High-end cards people are calling crashing. I mean, we're down to what, like 185 on Pot of Duality here? I don't think that this is a terrible push down. Obviously none have sold, but at this point in time, I feel like people are just trying to push these down ASAP, and that's fine. I mean, obviously cards need to push down here from the top end of things. Also, don't forget we still do have the pot collection coming later on in the year. Everybody's so like fixated right now on rarity collection and like the craziness that is meant to come with that set, but you do know that we do have additional pots coming later in the year. You got a pre-sale here on Pod Dwellers at $33. So found that a little bit interesting that people have kind of forgotten about that. Shooting Quasar Dragon. I am honestly fingers crossed that Quasar is the big QC here on the following set. This card is fantastic. Okay, I see you. And then you've got nice ultras down here for like nothing. So my fingers are really crossed for this guy. Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Nice legendary collection common down here. Fun fact, the regional mat, $75. These do not look, honestly, like the card is extremely good. Do not get me wrong about that. But my problem is like, Quasar just looks so much cooler. Quasar had so much more going for it as an iconic boss monster in the game. And now, obviously, it would make sense for us to see that. And then, of course, in Age of Overlord to see Zark be a QC. But if they're just going to throw out that entire theory, I'd be really disappointed. Quasar definitely deserves a very nice upgrade, but it's where you're sitting right now in terms of Cosmic Blazar and Shooting Star Drag, or Shooting Quasar. Please don't be Shooting Star. Stardust Charge Warrior. This is another little interesting card that a few people have been looking at right now. You're looking at about $4.50 on up to like $3 here for these gold rares. And honestly, that's not horrible for the golds. Obviously, like, they're no like $3 card. Well, I mean, close enough, but interesting. Booty. I don't know why people find such a fascination with this card. We're at you're like $2.50 right now. I don't know. The booty got people weird. Ringworm still floating about the $13 to $14 mark. Obviously, this card has been a ride. So many people, like, obviously the token generation is crazy with this deck, but it is just it's free value for what it is. But I don't know, people want to make all the cool extensions, all the cool combo lines, everything that you can possibly do for this deck, or use this as an extender, is really cool. But I don't know, I think the price point is gonna continue to maintain. We'll see how it goes though. Cheese Out Starlights. Now this is dumb. These have exceeded my expectation. 162, 185, and 198 were your last sold. Well, you're like, well, what's going on here? Why are these $200+ right now? Standard Sword Soul hype happens all the gosh darn time. I don't know what it is, but Sword Soul, for how average that the deck is, and I think people finally started to understand what I've been saying about this, for as incredibly average as this is, people feel like this is the safe bet. And, I mean, considering the deck's resilience that it's had up to this point in time, it's not really much of a scary card out here. But yeah, $200+ now for these. Back in my day, you could have bought them for under $200. Ah, boy, Faithful Adventure. So what do you want me to tell you about this? You are at $13 today, which the card has been rotating up and down every single day. We've seen this card go topsy-turvy, leftsies, daisies. I think it's going to continue to go up. The fact that the Adventure package has been reprinted now into a cheap, affordable option, I think people are probably going to continue to look at this and go, wow, like, I can afford to play this, which, of course, now, in that case, people want to pick up Faithful Adventures, and they want to make sure that they can have them. Yup, standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Beauregard Drag. I don't know why people always look at this card and they're like, oh my gosh, like, Beauregard's going up, Robbie. I'm telling you. They're like $4.50 still, like 99-cent shipping. Nothing has changed for this card. Beauregard has been the cruise control module for so long. This card does not change, I feel like. People are weird. Viral Guardians are still holding a solid $1 here. Please give this an OTS upgrade. It deserves it at this point in time. And then we have Forbidden Droplet Ultimates. These are an interesting ride. 162, 164, and 175. You're down to 150 for mod here and 159. Wow. These, you can get some French ones here for 160. Very interesting. High-end stuff is definitely a ride right now. And, of course, a good old Egyptian God Slime. Potential reprint? Well, I mean, there's always a potential for a reprint at some point, but 64, 49, and 54. What is all of this garbage on the first page here? So many foreign versions. You're down to 48, down to $50. Yeah, this poor guy has actually, they finally did it. Egyptian God Slime has finally started a descent into affordability at this point in time. Yeah, that's what you want to see. I just want to point out Rage of Ra over here. Cases are down to $842. They were $1,000, so we've got some cheap listings. Also, Winged Dragon Ra here, $145 for near mint. Probably not truly near mint, probably a little light play, but okay. And Unlimited Rage Ra here. This is like rarer to get than like the first Ed. Top Choice Gaming here has 3 cases up at $95. So found that a little bit interesting here. Ancient Chants are finally down to a little bit more affordable too. Also, this looks like it's going up. I figured like the Alternate Art Raw would start doing some things at some point. Like, it's just a matter of time because of the art. But that's what we're looking at in today's market. So, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.